Okay friends, it's Byron and I'm back and we are coming to the end of the road with this series or this season of, you guessed it, Big Brother 24. And you know what? I'm ready. I am not gonna lie, I am ready. And if you are ready too, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. Today we'll be talking about briefly episode 28, 29, and 30. And in all honesty, let's just dive right into it. I won't talk too much about episode 28, but I will say Monty was HOH and he nominated Brittany and Alyssa. Okay, we know he was good friends with both Turner and Taylor, so we kind of figured that that wasn't going to happen. Okay, fine. So you guys know I got my little handy dandy notes, and we would just dive right into episode 29. So Taylor wants to take a big shot. Of course she does. And here's the thing. I'm so glad Monty kind of came to his senses, because if they're taking out all these big targets, and I just don't even understand why would, look, I know Michael's gone, y'all know he was my favorite, but I just don't understand why. I just don't understand why they would take him out so soon. I know they didn't want to play second fiddle to him, but again, a lot of people, it's like sometimes it's 50-50 in a jury house. Some people definitely votes with their heart, and some vote with their head, as in, okay, you played this game, you did this, you did that, you deserve to win. And some people are like, you know what, I didn't like it, he wanted too much, whatever. Anyway, but he is coming to his senses that, you know what, I'm not gonna kick Turner out as of right now, because guess who's next? So I'm so glad that he can definitely see that. And then after nominations, of course, Brittany, she goes and she talks to Monty and she wants clarification, because I'm assuming she just don't understand why she's on the block. But it's like, Brittany, you were a motor mouth. I don't know, like, and here's the thing, I probably would have put her up too. It's like, girl, you can't even hold a secret to save your life. Which, in this game, that's what it boils down to. But comment below. I mean, like, are you guys seeing this? Like, am I wrong? I don't know. No, I know what I know. Anyway, Turner is cleaning, and he's so proud of himself. So at this point in the game, you know, there have been many comments on his cleanliness and of like his room and his body. And he definitely said he showers every other day, which, okay, that's what you do, what you do. And even if you're a mess, because sometimes I can definitely be a mess, because one, I live alone, and two, rarely anyone comes over. So I kind of like have things here, there, and everywhere. But if I was in a house with like 15 other people, you best be damn sure my stuff will be, yeah. It's like when your parents tell you to act whatever because company's over. Taylor, Turner, get it together. All right. Taylor talks with Monty, and she's basically saying, Taylor, she talks with Monty, and she's basically saying she wants Turner out. It's not really a big deal, but he's telling her, you know what, if you want Turner out, you have to do it yourself. So I don't understand how, I guess I don't want to jump ahead a little bit, but anyway, that's pretty much what it says. So then they all talk about what they would do if they won the $750,000, because I mean, you know, they're at Final Five. So I mean, one of them is gonna be the winner, and they're gonna be the winner very soon, in like a week. So what would you do if you won $750,000? I tell you what, I probably would get not a tiny home, but a small home like I have now, but very updated and in a better area. And I probably would try to start some kind of business, because I would want my money to work for me. And if there's a little bit to invest, and then save some. So I mean, $750,000 after taxes is a lot of money to actually do that, especially if you just buy a small home. And if you don't pay cash for it, and you actually have those things that generates those monies, it can be definitely something that can be done. But anyway, the veto in the middle of the night. Really, I know you gotta expect the unexpected, but apparently they stay up and here and there, they're everywhere, all over the place, in the wee hours of the night and of the morning. I guess they just don't have a sense of time sometimes, and you would think if you have to compete in this, that, the other, that you probably would keep decent hours, but it's neither here nor there. Monty, really, and that's what I wrote, because it's like, that if somebody wins the veto to take themselves down, they are. I don't care if you have a routine or not, and I like doing a lot of the same things often, as I like to eat some of the same things often. If you knew that much, like, was there really a game plan? Like, did you really want to? You didn't want to? Like, I don't know. It's like, even if you had your routine, you would have thought to put a little pep in the step when you was doing it. I don't know. I said you reap what you sow, and Brittany definitely won, and maybe you'll think twice next time. I don't know. Kerford Taylor, Tanner, is good friends with Alyssa. He is good friends with Alyssa, but in his goodbye message, as we all know, he says, like, if I don't vote with the house, this, that, the other. I mean, I honestly think if Alyssa wouldn't have put the threat in, he would have voted to keep her in the house. And I think it was that last little bit there of the saltiness that got him. And it's like, okay, the one thing that you don't want to do when you're trying to get somebody to do something for you is tell them what not to do, if that made any sense. So it's like, if you tell them don't vote you out, they're probably going to vote you out, because one, the power is in their hand. You don't have any power, and that's just how people are. The one thing that's kind of like when somebody say, oh, you can't drive a car, and you're going to do everything in your power to prove them wrong. So it's sort of along those lines, if you can follow where I was going. Brittany wins the veto, and I guess Monty won't take, we already went through that. But when it's all said and done, he knows they want to come right after him. I don't know, it's probably like 4:30 in the morning at this time. He goes back to bed, he puts on his headphones, noise canceling, whatever the case may be. But you know what? I probably would have did the same thing too, because one, I mean, he really had no, aside from picking someone, I probably would have went to bed too. But, people in that, in the Big Brother game and the Big Brother house is salty. And it's like, you know what? When we wanted to talk to you after that veto, you went to bed. So careful. You definitely have to make sure you have those social skills, that you got to take people's feelings into consideration, because if you don't, it may come back to bite you. All right. The veto meeting, and it's no surprise, Brittany, she uses it on herself, and he replaces her with Taylor, which I kind of find surprising, but it's neither here nor there. So that takes us into episode 30. And of course, some things happened before then, but I just want to jump right into the, okay, Monty and Taylor, and it's like, Joseph, who? So, excuse me. At some point, she does, like, in her confessional says, sorry, Joseph, but it's like, well, I mean, you know what? A girl can do whatever she wants to, because if it was a guy, we probably wouldn't even look twice. But I will jump around to say this. It's like, okay, you guys are on national television. There wasn't that much going on in the house at that time. I don't watch Big Brother from other shows, but I've seen clips of things on the internet, and when it gets sexual, the camera is there. So I don't know, they definitely got them doing this, that, and the other. And then of course they edit a lot of things out, and so it just, I don't know, it just made it look so strange. The after effects is all I'm saying. So it is what it is. Draw your own conclusions. I definitely drew mine. So Brittany is paranoid as hell, and you know, I'm just gonna just say paranoid because there's other things that I want to describe her as, and paranoid is about the best thing that I could come up with, that I could say on YouTube that probably won't bring too much offense to people. So girl, she flip-flops all over the place. It's like, you're not consoling me, you're not this, you're not that. Like, I thought Taylor was drunken with power when she wasn't the first HOH. Brittany wins the veto. The first thing that she wins, I believe the first thing that she wins, maybe the second thing, but I think it's the first thing. And girl, now you want like a handmaid. It's like, you just won the veto. It is what it is. But let's see. Work Brittany, Alyssa. So she works Brittany into telling her this, that, the other, and everything that, of course, she wanted Taylor to do for her. Alyssa does. And it's like, you know what? Work it in, Alyssa, because you're going to definitely get a vote. And in the end, she actually did. So that was that. Alyssa, she talks with Turner because, of course, she wants his vote. She turns on the actress. We talked about this a little bit. I'm telling you, if she wouldn't have told him what not to do, she would have had his vote. Because at some point, I was like, he's with her. He bought it. But then she went into the, I'll be doing this. I won't vote for you when it comes to jury and this, that, the other. And it was like, you know what? Show me better than you can tell me. The eviction comes up. It's a tie. Monty vote Alyssa out, and it's like, congratulations to Taylor. I forget the guy that was the pawn, like every time you turn around, his name was Johnny something, and oh, he was such a likable guy, and he was always on the block. He always won the veto, and it was like, she has to be like second to that. It's like, oh my God, girl, you've been on the fucking block 5 times and she survived. It must be nice. All right, so then not only is she on the block 5 times, friends, she wins the HOH competition. Congratulations to her. She punched her ticket to finale night, friends. I will definitely try to, you know what, I'm not going to even tell you a lie. I may do a video after the Sunday's episode. I know that the show is airing differently this week, but anyway, I would definitely be filming on finale night. I will not be behind the ball on that one, friends. You guys have a good evening, and don't forget, if you made it this far in the video, to like it, to comment, to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.